Hello everyone, my name is AMANPREET Singh and I am one of the students in the 747 class. Well, to start things off, I would say welcome to my blog and happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, I have my green on, so let's get the thing started. Well, the topic that I'm going to discuss today is the use of technology in human resource management. Well, there are a couple of terms here, which is human resources and human resource management and the use of technology in the field of human resource management. Well, human resources are the people who work for the organization. And human resource management is the field of public management or general management that has a responsibility of managing human resources. So, in any organization, for any organization to exist, three things are supposed to happen. One thing is that the human resources, certain people need to come together to create an organization. So one thing is human resource. The second important thing for an organization is the capital. And when I say capital, it means the finance and the physical infrastructure that an organization needs to survive or to function. And the third thing, of course, is technology. So anytime these three things, the human resources, the technology, and the capital are combined together, it results into an organization producing the products that it intends to produce or attaining its objectives. So there's a lot of talk about which is the most important resource among all the three resources that I mentioned. Well, a lot of people say that technology is the most important resource, and technology is the one that decides the company is going to be a success or a failure. Other people would say that finance is important. Finance is the bloodstream of an organization. Without finances, business can't survive. But a lot of people, including myself, think that human resources are the most important resource in any organization. Well, take an example of any successful company, say like Apple, all the iPads that we are using, or the iPhone that I have. It looks like a great technology, is in fact a great technology. But who is responsible for producing this technology? It is the people who work for Apple, who have created these exceptional technologies which make the company so great. Another point about Apple. Well, Apple is so successful because it makes a lot of profit, and the reason they make a lot of profit is because Apple's contracts that people who work for Apple have secured for them give them that advantage of making huge profits. For every dollar that you spent on iTunes to buy a song, 75 cents will go to Apple and 25 cents will go to other people, including the artist and the distributors. So to secure such contracts, human resources of Apple did that. So in my view, and in the view of many of other prominent researchers and experts in the field, human resources are one of the most important resources in an organization. So we're going to look into technology used in human resource management. And one of the most important technology that is used in human resource management field is called the Human Resource Management Information Systems. Well, initially they just started as a database where all the data was collected about human resources. Well, one of the objectives of this technology brief will be to provide an overview or a synopsis of the empirical research literature available aimed at studying the impact of HR technologies on the field of human resource management and public management. Well, anytime a technology is introduced, we automatically make an assumption that such a technology is going to make our life easier, organization work will be done more efficiently, and everything will be hunky-dory. But the reality might be different. Every technology implementation never really leads to success. So for human resource management systems, although they are in place in private sector and they are being used in the private sector for the last 10 years, but their use in the public management field in the government sector is pretty recent. Well, New York City implemented its human resource management system called New York City Automated Personnel System (NICAPS) in 2010. And such systems are very broad. I mean, I have the advantage of working with such systems. They are very comprehensive systems, and they are very sophisticated in terms that they provide us information about every aspect of the human resource function. And they could really aid in strategic planning. But this again has to be seen if the organizations are really using them as an aid to strategic planning. Or it is just as with anything else, that people tend to just follow suit. If Houston City had introduced a human resource management system, and New York City should also do it. And if New York City has human resource management systems, other cities will tend to buy those systems just to be in the same league as other cities. Well, through this research brief, we will look into some of the research articles that examine the implementation of human resource management systems in different cities. This where human resource management systems were implemented, and we will see how well they are being implemented and what are the results. Has it resulted in efficiency, or are such systems being used for strategic planning, or have they accomplished the objectives that were set out when such systems were bought from the private contractors? So my proposal is to provide an introduction of the paper by summarizing two articles which provide an synopsis or the overview of the research literature aimed at studying the impact of HR technologies on the field of human resource management or public management. And then I would like to study the impact of EHRM on strategic management processes, because one of the major selling points for these human resource management systems for the organizations was that HRMS systems will aid in strategic planning. Are the organizations really using it for strategic planning? Well, next section, within the technology application brief, will deal with e-recruitment, or the impact of technology on organizations' recruitment processes. We all know that New York City implemented NICAPS in 2010, which is the New York City's human resource management information system, and recruitment is only one little aspect of that comprehensive system. So we will see if the e-recruitment really leads to selecting better candidates. Are we getting larger responses to our advertisements over the internet, or has this really speeded up the process of recruitment? So we will look into the impact of technology on the recruitment processes in the organizations. Well, the next section in the tab would be on studying the impact of human resource management systems at the local government level. For this, I've selected the state of Texas and collected few articles examining the impact of human resource management systems at local governments and state of Texas. So we'll look into it, how effectively are these systems being implemented in the cities within the state of Texas. Well, the last section within tab proposal will be devoted to information security concerns for organizations which have implemented human resource management information systems. So anytime we implement any kind of technology, there is always this possibility of security breaches. So we will take a look, in fact a detailed look, into how can organizations prevent this from happening. So I've selected this very good article published only recently in 2013 in the Human Resource Management Review, which talks about information security concerns for organizations, and in fact presents a research model along with propositions that could guide future research in this field. So I'm planning to provide a little synopsis of this article to conclude the section on information security concerns. So just to provide a little synopsis of whatever I said before, well, in this technology brief, what I intend to do is study the empirical research literature available on the impact of EHRM technology on the human resource management field. And we'll also look into some case studies depicting the success or failure of such systems at the local government level. And we'll also look into the impact of HR, human resource management systems, on strategic planning. And we'll also study the security concerns for organizations who have implemented these systems. So ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my TAP proposal. And I would like to thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks.